Virgil, the guy that did held that title for very long was Floyd Mayweather, of course. Knowing what you know about fighters and what you know about Floyd, does he stay retired or does he come back for one more and break Rocky Marciano's record?
I think he stays retired.
Yeah, why do you think that?
Well, I think that he wouldn't be appreciated coming back by some to break the record, and it's quite obvious before he retired that it was negativity towards him going towards the record. So I think that he is serious about his health, and he has a great example in his bloodline with his uncle, and I think he's got his head on right, and I don't think there's any reason to come back, and I take him serious, but who knows, but that's just how I feel.
You said he wouldn't be appreciated to come back and break that record, but it looks like he's almost not appreciated, period, his career. A lot of people, the criticism or whatnot.
I don't think he'll get any credit for it, to break the record, because that was obvious before he retired, that he wouldn't even get credit. I think Marciano's son even said that they wouldn't acknowledge him. Man, records...
Is that important for him to be acknowledged? I mean, if he breaks it, he breaks it. He goes down to
well, you know what? Like I said, I come through an era when Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's record, right? And right before he broke the... What's going on, man? Right before he broke the record, they didn't want him to have it, so they said Sadaro, Japanese baseball player who had about 800 home runs in Tokyo, they said he was the #1 home run guy, right? But as long as the record was there, they never mentioned him. But now that Hank Aaron was getting ready to break it, they mentioned it. So I don't think he'll get any recognition or acknowledgement for breaking the record. I mean, I don't see any indication of that. It would be different if everybody was hoping he would come back and break the record. So far, everybody just wants him to come back, or he's going to come back. I'd like it's the lottery or something, Monopoly or something like that, So, but I think he stays retired, and if he hears this, he should stay retired. He's done everything he needs to do.
One thing he did tell us in the interview was that they asked him about Golovkin. A lot of people wanted him at 160. He said if he was 160, it was the same size, that he'd beat Golovkin easy, that it'd be easy work, that Golovkin's just up and down, straight fighter.
Same size?
Yeah. What is your reaction? And do you think that would happen as well? Or what would you think would happen?
Well, I mean, you have to take him at his word. If he said if he was the same size, I mean, you got to believe somebody. So, I mean, it's not like I'm a pick size, but you have to take him at his word if he was the same size, So I guess Golovkin could say if he was his size, he would, So, I mean, it's, that's for the masses to debate, But take him at his word. I think he deserves to be took at his word. But who knows?
And if they're their current size, does the outcome change at all in your opinion?
If they fought right now, would it? Mayweather and Golovkin fought? I mean, I don't see why, but again, who knows? Because you can't doubt somebody who's been in the sport and dominated the sport like that. You just can't doubt them. You have to wait for the outcome. So it would be, if it was anybody else who was undefeated or in any sport, or you'd have to say, well, hey, you got to go on what this person has done and what that person has done, right? So you just have to take him at his word. Now, whether or not that's true or not, but you have to take him at his word. That's all you can take, right? Because there's no fight.
You know what, Virgil? Who really is the greatest boxer ever? With Muhammad Ali's gold era, the greatest of all time, and now Mayweather's the best ever, his era. Is it difficult to separate those eras and to really round it out as to who is the best boxer at the moment, period, in general? Just skillful-wise?
You mean from every era?
And in general, what do you think you guys...
All time.
Well, I mean, you know what? You got boxers in those eras that would be, I believe, champions today, and you have boxers in this era, I believe, would be champions back then. So, you have to acknowledge the ones that are gifted, and you have to acknowledge the ones that have persevered. So, it would be safe to say that the greats in that era would flourish today, and the greats in this era would flourish back in those days.